Okay, what's she doing?
Well, it is New Year's Eve finally, and the scenario or the situation, what's going on? It says the family is in the living room on New Year's Eve. So this is kind of like what they planned. It says Grandpa's watching TV, all right. With the kids, Mr. and Mrs. Wong are putting snacks on a small table. So the kids and Grandpa watching the TV, probably some of that New Year's Eve concert. Mom and Dad are getting out some snacks. So everything seems to be kind of going as expected.
Yeah, and that's why Jimmy says, oh, we gotta love Jimmy. I love staying up late.
Oh, yeah, kids do, don't they?
They do. I love going to bed early. All right, Jimmy is excited to stay up late. When you stay up late, it means you don't go to bed until much later than usual. So if you usually go to bed at 10 p.m., but you stay up until 1 a.m., that's staying up late.
I remember as a kid, the first time I got to stay up past midnight was like, wow, it's so exciting.
Yeah.
And now you're right, now I'm just tired.
Yeah, I just want to go to bed.
Timmy says, when we're older, we can do it all the time. Absolutely, because of course this is one of those things that most parents have rules about, right? 8 p.m., 9 p.m., you gotta be in bed. So the kids are thinking that when they're older, they can do it. What is it? They can stay up late all the time. And here this phrase all the time just means something that you can do at any time.
Right.
All right. They wouldn't literally stay up all the time, but they can do it any time. There would be no rules. The choice would be theirs.
Right. Okay. So we got another scenario here.
Okay.
Jimmy and Timmy watching TV, and in comes Paige.
Okay.
It says Paige comes in with her computer and connects it to the TV. She's got a nice HDMI cable. Just plug it in.
Got her laptop or something, and she's plugged it into the TV. A lot of people do this so they can, surf the web on TV or watch movies from the computer, but watch it on the bigger TV screen. But Mrs. Wong is kind of looking, there was that show, the New Year's show was on TV.
Right, so she just interrupted the show.
Yeah, they weren't planning on watching a movie, So she says, what are you doing, Paige? Why are you plugging the computer into the TV? And then we kind of cut back to the TV screen, and we see Paige puts a picture on the TV screen. It's the numbers 2017, but the numbers are in fireworks.
That's so
she's
fancy.
Got some cool software that draws with or writes with images or pictures. And here we have fireworks spelling out 2017. And she says, here are my top 5 family memories from 2017.
Isn't this a nice thing to do?
That is nice. And these are good memories. These are the best memories. And we know that because she used the adjective. These are her top memories.
All right, we're going to go on a nice trip back memory lane.
There you go.
Okay, so let's see what Paige starts out with.
Okay.
The first picture shows Jimmy and Timmy in their We Will Get Along t-shirt.
Oh, yes. So I kind of have the same reaction as Jimmy. He sees that and he laughs. He says, ha ha, I remember that t-shirt. That's when they were fighting, right? And they couldn't get along. Was it Mom or Grandpa or someone made them wear the same shirt?
Right.
So they'd be together and they had to learn to get along because they couldn't get away from each other. That was a good memory. I remember that one. And Timmy says, we still have it. Let's put it on now.
Silly boys.
You can see them running off to their bedroom to put it on. If you put something on, that means just you're wearing, or it's the time when you take that clothes and you take them from being lying there or being in your drawer to being on your body. You put them on. Before you go outside, you should put on your shoes. And then, of course, the opposite would be to take off. So you take off your clothes if you're going to take a shower, but then you put them on after the shower so you won't be cold or something like that. All right, so that's a good memory.
All right, so Jimmy and Timmy, they've got their special t-shirt on now.
Yes.
They're getting along really well. Why not? So the second picture is going to come up.
It's another top memory.
Okay, so it says the second picture shows Paige with a big bag of dog poop.
A big bag of dog poop.
Yeah, she says, I'm better at taking care of mac and cheese now.
Oh, mac and cheese, of course.
All right, so a little while back, we learned that Paige and her brothers, they had to learn how to take care of taking care of the dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, they weren't doing a very good job, so they They learned their lesson about dog poop really well. Okay, so Paige told her family that she's better at taking care of the dogs. Now, if you're better at doing something, you have improved at doing that thing. Maybe you weren't very good at it before, but you are now.
That's right. Maybe you did it more, maybe you're thinking about it more, you practiced more, but certainly your performance has gone from okay to better. And Mac's looking at the picture, and Mac is sort of thinking, she must love us a lot.
Yeah.
They see how happy Paige is, even though she's holding a big bag of poo.
And, of course, Cheese wants to get in on this action
He
too.
wants to, maybe he's going to go over and lick her face or cuddle with her.
He's thinking something here.
What's he thinking?
Let's make more for her.
More poo.
Yeah, more poo. What a nice gift.
Because for them, she's smiling with their poo, so they're like, oh, well, we got lots. You want more? We'll give you more.
Happy New Year.
Not quite the message. But anyways, let's move on. That's for 2018. We'll deal with that later. Let's move on. What's the third picture? The third picture shows Jimmy and Timmy in their Halloween costumes on the airplane. Oh, okay. And Mrs. Wong, she's speaking to her husband, Mr. Wong, and she says, that was such a good idea, dear. That was, remember the time?
It was even a great idea.
It was a great idea, I should say. Yes, it was even better than good. It was great. That was the time they, of course, couldn't celebrate Halloween, so they did it on the plane, using the other passengers to give out the candy. And of course, because this is a family, they have very warm feelings for each other, and that's why it was okay in that situation, especially for Mrs. Wong, to say dear to her husband. Dear is spelled D-E-A-R. Dear. What is dear? Well, actually, we call these types of words that we call people close to us who we're in love with or affectionate with. We call them terms of endearment. Honey, dear, sweetie, things like that. A mom might say it to their kids, or a dad too, or, you know, partners, husbands and wives, boyfriends and girlfriends might say it to each other. And you might even say it to your very close friends. It's just a more casual, friendly, and loving, affectionate way of addressing or saying a person's name or calling that person. For example, would you please get me a glass of water, dear? Would you please get me a glass of water, dear? If it's a friend or a loved one, yes. In a restaurant to a waiter or waitress, that would be weird.
Aww,
that's
so
nice?
cute.
That is nice.
Okay, so we've seen 3 pictures so far. We're on to number 4.
All right.
The 4th picture shows the family having a picnic in the yard during Moon Festival.
Oh, that's a very traditional thing to do. And Grandpa was the one who kind of likes that. So he says, that was a lovely evening. It was a very nice evening or a lovely evening.
Right, so Grandpa described Moon Festival this year as a lovely evening. This is an adjective and it's spelled L-O-V-E-L-Y, lovely. Okay, so Grandpa thought this was a lovely memory. Lovely is used to describe something that is very pleasant, fun, or good. For example, that was a lovely party last night. That was a lovely song you sang. I had a lovely day at the park with you. Sometimes it can also mean beautiful. That's a lovely dress. Or this is a lovely photo. You look very beautiful in it. Here's an example. Taiwan is a lovely place to live. One more time. Taiwan is a lovely place to live. Aw, it's a nice, lovely barbecue outside.
It is lovely, absolutely. Having time with your family around the Moon Festival is great. Anyways, Mr. Wong also enjoyed that, and he's looking at the picture, so he says, we should do that every year. With people's busy schedules, sometimes it's hard for everyone to get together on those special days, but he wants to try to do it again every year.
All right, are you ready for the final picture?
I am. I'm having a good time. But what is the final picture?
The final picture shows the family together with their grandma's letters from the box. And then it's getting a little bit sad here.
Getting a little verklempt.
Paige says my favorite memory is Grandma's letters. Oh.
That was sweet. They found all those letters from Grandma, and of course there were letters for all of them, especially for Dad and for Grandpa and all that stuff.
Okay, we're talking about Paige's favorite top memory now. Favorite is an adjective. It's spelled F-A-V-O-R I-T-E, favorite. Now, when you describe a thing using the word favorite, you're saying it's the thing you like the best. And you like it more than any other thing. We often use this to describe our favorite colors, our favorite foods, our favorite animals. Here in our example sentence, my friend Aaron's favorite color is orange. One more time. My friend Aaron's favorite color is orange. This Aaron's favorite color is purple.
Wow, that was a good memory, but that's probably the most emotional one, right? Yeah, I mean, it's a happy time, but sometimes those memories do bring out a little sadness.
Right.
Anyway, so as we see, the Wong family, they're looking at this picture of all the letters, and they have watery eyes. That doesn't mean they're washing their face or they're at the beach. It means they're starting to tear up a little bit. They're starting to cry a little bit.
What happens? What do they
Well,
say?
when you see something that brings out your emotions a bit, one of the things you might say is, "Aww," and they all say it at the same time. So everyone is feeling what?
Very sentimental.
There you go.
They like this memory. That reminds them of how much they love each other.
That's right. Sentimental is that feeling often when you look back at the past, and there's happiness with a little bit of sadness mixed in. We might describe that as being bittersweet.
Okay.
It's a little bit of everything.
Yeah. Well, they've had time to look over these top memories. It's been a really nice night.
Good little trip down memory lane.
Don't forget what happens on New Year's Eve. Mrs. Wong is going to remind them the New Year countdown is starting.
With all these memories and emotions, I wasn't looking at the time. But good thing Mrs. Wong was.
That's right. A countdown is when you count backwards to show that something exciting is going to happen soon. Now, on New Year's Eve, you count down the last 10 seconds of the year right before the fireworks start.
You don't count down the last 3.5 hours. 180
59.
minutes to go, everybody.
58.
No, that'd be weird.
For our last word power word today, we're looking at the verb start. It's spelled S-T-A-R-T, start. When something starts, something begins to happen, or we make something begin to happen. Here's an example sentence. We should get to the theater before the movie starts. One more time. We should get to the theater before the movie starts. Yeah.
Anyway, so yes, they're counting down, and of course here in Taipei, the Taipei 101 building, we're sort of have lights going up or lights going down or something like that. And as everyone counts down, not only watching TV, but everyone out there at the actual building, everyone's in a really good time. It says Jimmy and Timmy are in their special shirt.
Don't forget about that.
So they're sort of attached to each other.
Yeah.
And everyone counts down together. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year! Yeah, so people will cheers and hug and the traditional Old Lang Syne song that plays, and it's a pretty good way to wrap up 2017.
Yeah, it's a really nice moment. Well, obviously we have to wrap up now because that's at the end of our article.
But we'll be making more memories in 2018.
That's true, so make sure you stay tuned next year too. All right, let's get to our review time.